the numbers, but I see it.
All right, Kim, are you ready to go?
Yeah,
just to introduce? All right.
Except I can't see my damn paperwork, but I'm ready. Whenever you're ready.
13-5 in OUA conference play, ranked number 7. Starting at guard, standing 6'2" from Mississauga, number 21,
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Anchor. Hello, everyone. You are listening to OUA men's basketball action between the McMaster Marauders and your Windsor Lancers. Both teams come in 1 and 2 in the OUA West. This is truly a battle of the best. Joined now by Lancer alumni and my color man
Turn up.
for the
Can you turn up the headset?
for the action.
Thank
Kim
you.
Elliott.
Good.
Kim, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing there, Anchor?
I'm doing good there, Kim. It's Mike though.
Oh, you sound like Anchor. You guys are becoming one over there.
Being around him too much.
There you go.
We're in for truly a spectacle today. What do you expect to see from both McMaster and Windsor?
I think you're going to see a running gun offense from the University of Windsor and a more half-court set from McMaster trying to contain the running gun from the Lancers. That's my outlook on the game thus far.
And right now, Matt coming into the season 16-3, while the Windsor Lancers coming in 13-5. Matt coming off a huge win against the Brock Badgers, just totally dominating them 106-61. Where Windsor coming in, having won the game against the Guelph Griffins 76-62. We are about ready for tip-off. On the floor, we have Evan Matthews, Lean Phillip, Di Loreto, Khalid Abdul-Gabbar, and Josh Collins. And tip-off won by the Windsor Lancers. Here comes Josh Collins with the basketball to Di Loreto. Di Loreto drives, kicked it back out to Collins, to Abdul-Gabbar for three. No good, rebounded by number 23, Aaron Redpath, and a foul on the play. It will be against the Windsor Lancers on number 7, Evan Matthews.
Number 7, Evan Matthews, his first personal, team foul.
Mac is known to control their boards defensively. Windsor's a better offensive team, so far everything according to plan.
Redpath to Roca. That is number 10, Taylor Black, to number 22, Rohan Boney. Boney to Redpath. To Taylor Black. He fakes, he drives, stops, pops, and no good. Rebounded by the Lancers. That is Enrico Di Loreto. He moves up court now. To Evan Matthews. Evan Matthews looks in the size, decides differently. To Josh Collins, he drives. Goes it to Lean Phillip, loses it, gets it back. Looking around now to Josh Collins. Collins jacks up a prayer, and it's good.
Good. That's a sign of things to come, Mike.
From Sochi, Russia. Another area code. Joe Roca now with the ball for three, and he hits. Back-to-back three. We are all knotted up at threes early in the first.
I think that's the way it's going to be all day. I don't think any team will get a point spread too much.
Evan Matthews, a beautiful spin move, drives and no good. He came up short on the dunk there, Kim.
I liked his intention.
Ball comes out to number 13. That is Nathan McCarthy. No, sir. Rebounded by Lean Phillip, out to Collins. The skip pass to Di Loreto. To Abdul-Gabbar, out to Collins. Collins again for three, and he hits.
Gotta like it.
Ball leaks out to Nathan McCarthy, tipped out of bounds by Evan Matthews. It will be MAC basketball.
Good to see Evan getting back on defense. I think that's going to be a key factor down the stretch.
You made a mention of it that this game is going to come down to rebounding a lot. Who do you think has the upper hand?
Well, Windsor has the upper hand in the perimeter shooting.
Roca jacks up a three and hits.
And Mac has the advantage in the paint. So it's going to be very important that Windsor give them one opportunity and one opportunity only to score.
Joe Roca hit a three. We are knotted at 6 here with just over 7 minutes to go in the first. Lean Phillip drives, goes off glass. Nice
Awesome
bucket by the big man.
Awesome.
Ball over half by Aaron Redpath to number 22, Rohan Boney. He loses it. Nathan McCarthy lays it in.
Tremendous basketball, both teams up-tempo, running, gunning it, and just going right off the transition so far.
Lean Phillip finds De Loreto off a screen. De Loreto looking around. And we have a foul on the play on number 22 for the McMaster Marauders, Rohan Boney.
22, Rohan.
A good foul at that. De Loreto had created a lane for himself, actually. It's good to see Matt contesting every shot, and Windsor has to do the same.
Ball thrown out of bounds by Josh Collins. Kim, a miscommunication there?
That's all. They're two, three plays ahead, or 2-3 passes ahead, so you'll see that from time to time. I give Josh the benefit of the doubt.
Ball out to Redpath to Rohan Boney. Boney finds number 13, Nathan McCarthy. Looks for the give and go. Ball scrambled, ball's loose. Picked up by Lean Phillip on the floor. Ball squeaks out to De Loreto. He drives the lane. That's number 14, Bradford Parker. Back to De Loreto for three. And good.
Oh, man. Good to see two white jerseys on the floor to one maroon jersey. It tells me Windsor wants it more earlier.
Joe Roca, another three. No good, off glass. Ball rebounded by Taylor Black. Squeaks out to, that is number 23, Aaron Redpath, and a foul on the play, a hold on Josh Collins on the floor.
I've noticed Josh's defensive intensity so far today. I hope that's a benchmark for himself.
And Josh Collins is a guy who missed 4 or 5 games in a span, came back, showed a little court rust. Kim, do you think he's ready for the rest of the season?
Oh, he's definitely ready.
As he steals the ball.
Josh, he'll take a horse tranquilizer to stay the rest of the course.
Yes.
Of this campaign through the Final Four and hopefully to the Big 8.
Josh Collins to Bradford Parker. To Lean Phillip, ball taken away by Aaron Redpath, and off of Joe Roca's foot, we have Windsor basketball.
I so love that look, big to big, from Parker to Liam Phillip. That's going to be a huge factor in this game.
Seems like a set the Lancers are notorious for. We see now with Phillip and Parker, also with Cheyenne Roger and Clemenceau, that high-low big man there.
Very important. It's hard to defend, near impossible.
Enrico Di Loreto at the top, makes a move, stops, pops, and no good. Rebounded by Joe Roca.
A lot of time left on the clock. I'd like to see Enrico use a little more of that, get more guys involved.
That is Aaron Redpath, left all alone for three. No, sir, off backboard.
Yeah, he's shooting bricks so far. I hope he continues to do that from a Windsor perspective, but I doubt that he will.
Shout out to Mike Specht collecting some air miles on the play. Enrico Di Loreto to Mike Roca. Di Loreto drives through the lane. He is fouled, will go to the line for two.
I tell you what is very telling is that Mac is in a zone defense, and that tells me they have a lot of respect for the talent of the Windsor Lancers, and I think that's only going to increase the swagger of Windsor.
And you can't sleep in the zone, especially against these Windsor Lancers. We've seen that time and time again. They live and die by the three ball, Kim.
They do, but they know how to pound it inside when they need to, too, and that's a coaching awareness that Coach Oliver and his staff will have. They will not settle for the outside shot.
Di Loreto misses the first.
A lot of rookie teams, when you get into a zone, they figure they got to shoot their way out, but you don't. There's lots of slashing that you can do to attack the paint, even in a zone set.
And Di Loreto hits the second. Checking in now for the Windsor Lancers, number 9, the human highlighter, Alex Campbell.
Gotta like it. Windsor going deep in the bench, keep their horses fresh. I just want to note a nice crowd here today, too, for those who are listening on air. It's nice that we have the home court advantage.
Leon Alexander to Taylor Black, working down low,
Beautiful
and a beautiful left-handed layup.
That's the kind of thing you can't see in the stat sheet. Now that speaks volumes.
Collins to Mike Roca to Bradford Parker at the top. Josh Collins with it now. He jacks it up. No good, off rim and out. Leon Alexander with the rebound to number 11, Nathan Pellick. Back to Alexander. A beautiful spin move and a travel, though.
Oh, boy. You know what? That was a gift to Windsor because that was a well-executed play. We'll be seeing a lot more from Leon Alexander.
Number 4, Josh Collins, bring the ball over half As the Lancers in their half-court set, Mike Roca now to Bradford Parker, working down low on Nathan Pellick. Parker lays it up, no good, tipped by Lean Phillip. Loose ball now picked up by Taylor Black. He's running the floor with numbers. Finds Leon Alexander. Alexander working on Campbell. And a tough man spin move and a foul and one. Kim, terrific big man play down there by Leon Alexander.
Excellent big man play against a strong Alex Campbell, too. It looks like number 6 has some weight on him, and he certainly has the footwork. Excellent footwork and excellent upper body strength to make that, too.
He did hit the shot. He will go to the line for another one. And hits. Mac now up 13-12 with 4:30 left to play here in the first quarter. Josh Collins working on number 25, Adam Prizzuti. Collins to Roca. Roca stops, pops, and no good. Rebounded. Looked to be rebounded by Alex Campbell. No, sir. Leon Alexander takes it away to Adam Prizzuti. Prizzuti drives to the lanes. He kicks. He shoots. Number 11, Nathan Pellick. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Lean Phillip. Kicks it back out to Josh Collins, who comes over half. Makes a beautiful move past Pellick to Bradford Parker for 3, and he hits.
Gotta like that. He's decided that he's going to be a factor in this game offensively and defensively, and that could be bad news for McMaster.
Adam Prizzuti directing traffic, finds number 10, Taylor Black, who's working on Bradford Parker. Gets him up. No, sir. Off iron. Rebounded by Bradford Parker.
Good defense on Parker, and it's good that they don't have to have Leon Phillip picking up fouls there against T. Black.
Alex Campbell, Mike Roca. Roca to Phillip. Phillip makes a move past Nathan Pellick and collecting air miles on the play, but a jump ball ensues. It will be McMaster basketball.
Not sure if that was a pass more so than a shot. I think he thought he had Parker coming up off the floor there.
Yeah, he got extremely high. Looks like he just throwing it at the rim and collecting some air miles on the play, Kim.
No doubt an air ball, and as I say, I'm hoping he was hoping for Parker to get there. He typically hits some rim. It's a rare for him to, like you said, collect air miles in the paint.
Adam Prizzuti to Pellick. Back to Prizzuti. Working on Roca. Gets away from him. Prizzuti shoots. No good. Rebounded by Alex Campbell. Campbell on Prizzuti. He shoots. He hits.
Nice.
Another 3-ball from the Windsor Lancers, and they are on fire from beyond the arc.
All cylinders. I like that trap, too, that half-court trap.
Nathan McCarthy now down low with Evan Matthews. McCarthy kicks that back out to Pellick. And a steal by Mike Roca, and he's out the other way.
Good decision for him to pull it back, wait for the horses.
Loses the handle, picks it back up, finds Evan Matthews. Matthews, and a charge on the play, charge to Evan Matthews. Kim, how, just from seeing the charge, it really brings up an issue. Flopping and whatnot. Do you think the refs are being more lenient with the charge, or do you think that they're calling it correctly?
I think in that case, they were way too lenient. That clearly wasn't a charge. He wasn't advanced to the ball. He went lateral, in fact, and made a pass. I think that was a poor call. I think but with a ref, having ref before, they oftentimes anticipate what's going to happen,
right,
and you get caught. Let's hope they clean that up.
Adam Prizzuti now.
Number 23, Aaron Redpath.
Finds Aaron Redpath, who checks back into the game. Redpath looking for someone. Finds Taylor Black working on Lean Phillip. Beautiful move, but a foul on the play on Lean Phillip. Very questionable call there. Late call, if anything.
It is, but nonetheless, they're going to make calls. And again, a lot of times it's anticipated contact, and they see things down there that we cannot see.
Taylor Black goes to the line, hits the first.
But it's truly a track meet right now, both sides. Windsor has a 4-point advantage.
And Taylor Black hits the second. Windsor up 18-15 with just under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Alex Campbell with it now. Khalid Abdul-Jabbar trying to get open. He does. Inside to Lean Phillip. Cross-court feed to Alex Campbell. Back to Phillip. Phillip.
Great patience.
Shoots off iron, rebounded by Khalid Abdul-Jabbar. Goes up. No. Rebounded back by Phillip. No. To Stefan Tosic.
It's all Windsor right now. It's a tremendous effort, team effort.
After a series of play, ball comes back out to Enrico Di Loreto, who is working on Aaron Redpath at the moment.
Very notable that Windsor even has Stefan Tosic in the game, so they've used their entire bench right now in their roster. And that speaks volumes of Coach Oliver in terms of the confidence he has in his players. And my hat's off to him.
And a ball that looked to be deflected out of bounds by McMaster. Weird bounce there, Kim. McMaster basketball, if anything.
Again, these players are 2 passes ahead of themselves sometimes, and oftentimes you're just overly aroused in the beginning. Nothing to concern yourself, I would think, with at this point.
Pizzuti to Alexander, makes a couple great moves, but another traveling call against Leon Alexander.
And it kind of balances out those calls that were questionable going against Windsor, and that's why we have 3 officials.
Ball inbounded now to Khalid Abdel-Jabbar, sorry. Jabbar to Tosic. Tosic at the top. Finds Lean Phillip. A big man's play. No good. Great defense there by Nathan McCarthy.
Great defense. Sorry.
Ball comes out the other way. And out of bounds, it will be McMaster basketball.
Great defense. I think there was some body on the play, but he missed because he put the wrong spin on the ball, quite frankly.
Not used to seeing Lean Phillip miss those easy bunnies.
Yeah, I think he just totally misread where he was on the court. Put a spin on it that clearly made it go away from the basket, so I think that's why the refs just realized it wasn't the defense that altered that shot.
20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Taylor Black jacks up a 3. No, sir, air ball. It will be Lancers basketball.
We've seen 3 of those air balls from that same position from Mac. I think they are forcing their offense. Clearly, they're shooting early in the shot clock, and I'm not sure why that is.
Josh Collins brings it over half with 10 seconds to play. Lancers up 18-15. Collins to Bradford Parker, who's just waiting down low, and a foul on the play on Taylor Black. Parker will go to the line for 2.
I'm not sure if the coach has instructed them, but Windsor seems to be putting the entry of the ball directly from the top, where most offenses are ran from the side of the key. So that's something they may have discovered in their film, in theory practice, that McMaster is exploitable from the top of the key.
Parker hits 1 of 2, rebounded back up to Phillip. He shoots, and it's good. Lean Phillip with the bucket as time expires here in the first quarter. 21-15, the Windsor Lancers are leading the McMaster Marauders. Kim, ball action between the first place McMaster Marauders and your second place Windsor Lancers. We are about underway to start the second quarter.
And let me squeeze in from Mike to the mic in the studio. That was so seamless of Anchor and Mike's back. I didn't even realize it was you talking next to me. I'm like, wow. Good job, guys. Back at the base.
Collins to Bradford Parker. To Phillip. Phillip. No good, off iron, rebounded by Leon Alexander, and a foul by Enrico Di Loreto.
I tell you, I see fear literally on the faces of Mac. They squeaked past Windsor by 2 points on their turf. Now Windsor has them here in their big house, and Mac is beside themselves.
Windsor also with a flawless home court record. Aaron Redpath with the ball now, looking for something, finds Taylor Black. T Black, as you like to call him, Kim, downloaded Nathan McCarthy, who has the honor of working on Phil. He's backing him down, and the beautiful baby hook.
Very nice shot from number 13, Nathan McCarthy.
21-17, Windsor leads with, at the start of the second quarter. Ball comes to the Phillip, a beautiful behind-the-back pass to Khalid Abdel-Jabbar, but can't hit the layup, rebounded to Aaron Redpath.
Bit of swagger there from Liam Phillip, very rare. That tells you how he's feeling tonight.
Joe Roca jacks up the 3, and no good. Rebounded by Abdel-Jabbar, who's running the floor with numbers. kicks it out to De Loreto. He goes for 3.
Great decision, nonetheless.
No, sir. Air ball on the play, but we have a foul on the play. Looks to be on number 22, Lean Phillip.
Foul on number 20.
Going to see him come out of the game. Can't afford to have him in foul trouble.
Definitely with a guy like Lean Phillip, that big body presence in the first team, all Canadian. I mean, you have to have him in the game.
Not necessarily. Windsor's deep. I think they can rest him, and I'm surprised that coach isn't taking him out right away. I wouldn't want to see him with 3 fouls.
Aaron Redpath now to Nathan McCarthy, who looks cross court to Roca, who a long 2, and it's good.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 were range finders. Like all the great shooters, they have many attempts, great shooters, but you'll see him get his stroke together, as well as his brother, I would hope to think.
Lean Phillip at the top, finds De Loreto. Enrico Di Loreto, intended for Parker, gets it to Parker. Ball squeaks out to Josh Collins, who works on Boney. Pass it to De Loreto. And a ball goes out of bounds. Just dribbled it out of bounds, did Enrico Di Loreto. It will be McMaster Marauders basketball.
Yeah, and Windsor, they're feeling it. Right now they're feeling like, we can beat these guys by 20. So they're playing with some pizzazz, but they got to get back to the X and O's, take care of business, get your cushion, and then go ahead and style a bit. This is a dangerous McMaster team, needless to say.
Aaron Redpath looking for Taylor Black, finds Taylor Black, who is guarded heavily by Evan Matthews, but ball tips off Black's hands. It will be Lancer basketball.
And you see Evan come in for Leon Phillip. You got to protect your All-Canadian. They can win without him, quite frankly, but they'd rather win with him.
And a shot clock recalculation. So ref stoppage, and we will do this again. Abdel Gabbar to Josh Collins. Brings the ball over half. Down low to Evan Matthews. Working on Nathan McCarthy. That patented spin move. And it's in and 1. Evan Matthews.
He can't stick, Evan. Not many guys can. He's probably one of the most underrated big men in the OUA, if not the CIS. He and Junior Osentolo, I tell you, Windsor has a definite advantage in the front court against most teams in this conference and in this nation.
Here goes Matthews at the line. Hit the other one. No good. Can't hit the free throw. Lancers up 23-19 with 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. Boney left all alone and a huge jam. That's a man's jam. Rohan Boney.
It really was.
Abdel Gabbar quickly going the other way. Makes a beautiful move past Roca to Bradford Parker for 3. No good off glass. Battle ensues. Picked up by Taylor Black. Out to Redpath. Redpath dribbles it off his foot. Out of bounds. It is Lancer basketball.
And Rohan Boney's going to check the poise of Windsor. Can they shake that dunk off? Normally they get the first dunk on teams. For someone to dunk on them in their house, Windsor's not going to like that. They got to shake it off.
23-21 Lancers lead here with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Ball goes to Abdel Gabbar for 3, and he hits.
And they have shooken it off, just like that.
26-21. Like I said, with 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Rohan Boney at the top, working on De Loreto. He drives. Pass intercepted by Abdel Gabbar, going the other way with numbers to Josh Collins for 3.
Yeah, he wasn't set there, but it was there. I think he should have advanced that ball.
Ball gets out to Taylor Black, rebounded by Joe Roca. Aaron Redpath at the top now.
All signs indicate that Windsor is very prepared for this team.
Aaron Redpath finds Nathan Pellick. Down low to Taylor Black, off his hands. Didn't matter, the shot clock was whittling down, but off his hands nonetheless. It is a turnover and Lancer's possession.
And Mac is clearly rattled. I don't think they were looking past Windsor. They knew they'd be in for a war. You're going to probably see their best quarter right after the half. But nonetheless, I think they're a bit overwhelmed, even more than they thought they would be.
Evan Matthews, the shimmy shake, no good, and a foul on the play on Bradford Parker. Kim, what did you see on that play?
Nothing. That was a terrible call. And the fans agree.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Simple as that. Well, that ref hasn't made a call all day. He figures, you know what, let me see if this whistle actually blows.
Adam Prizzuti now takes the inbound pass and works up court, guarded by Mike Roca. Ball goes out to the other Roca, Joe. Rohan Boney to Prizzuti.
Roca Joe. That's a basketball phrase.
Prizzuti to Nathan Pellick at the top. Back to Prizzuti. Adam Prizzuti drives. Almost has it taken away to Rohan Boney. Doing the shot clock. Shoots and no good. Rebound comes out to De Loreto, and the Lancers go the other way.
Like to see Enrico get going here.
Speaking of the devil, Enrico De Loreto drives, fouled, and no good. He will go to the line for 2, however.
Master foul, number 32, Joe Rock.
That's one thing you see with Enrico De Loreto a lot. He's very confident in his driving ability, believes that he's not only a three-point shooter, but also a guy who can get to the rim. And with that driving ability comes rebounding.
He is, but he makes better decision-making. You know, last year and the year before, he used to force the issue. Now his selection of when to drive and when not to drive has improved greatly. And so that's nice to see.
De Loreto hits the first. And he hits the second. 28-21 Lancers lead with just over 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. I remind you, you're listening to CJM at 99.1 FM. Stay tuned for the halftime show with anchor Kumar and Mike Specht in the studio. And a referee decision-making process on the floor.
A little prevention. Rocco there and number 25, Adam Prizzuti were flexing. And Mac being down 7, I can't blame him really.
Prizzuti trying to direct traffic to Taylor Black. Working on Matthews. Big strong move. No good. Rebounded by Lean Phillip. Ball goes out to Josh Collins. Crosses half. Makes a beautiful move. Trying to shake off Prizzuti.
Seems to have his feet underneath of him. It's nice to see.
The human highlighter, Alex Gamble, he stops, and a block by Rohan Boney.
He'd have no part of that. That gentleman's got some ups at number 22 there, Rohan.
Rohan Boney, you know, he's significantly smaller than half the players on the court, but still makes himself look big as a shot missed by Josh Collins.
Yes, he plays very big. And when you have athleticism, particularly jumping ability or speed, you can do that.
Ball goes to Nathan Pellick, an easy layup for 2. Lancers now up 28-23 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the second. Collins to Matthews. And a foul on the play. That's Nathan Pellick that's going to get charged with it.
I'm really surprised that Windsor has buried Junior Osentolo on the bench. I'm not sure what he did or didn't do, but I would think it was probably defense.
Yeah. And that's one thing I was about to say. We haven't seen much of Rosie Osentola Jr. At all in this game.
And that's how coaches enforce the rules sometimes.
Lean Phillip jacks up a 3, cannot hit it. Ball goes the other way to Adam Prizzuti. To Roca. Roca shakes Collins, shoots and no good. Rebounded by Mike Roca. To Josh Collins. Back to Mike Roca. Ball goes down low to Matthews. Scramble ensues, picked up by the Marauders. And that is Rohan Boney with the basketball at the moment.
Love to see that. No call. You know, 2 guys on the floor, no one with possession, just in a scrum, you know.
Adam Prizzuti being guarded by Mike Roca. Switched off to Lean Phillip. Prizzuti down low to Taylor Black. To Joe Roca. And he hits Joe Roca.
Joe Roca.
Yeah, Josh Collins got caught helping out in the middle of the key, no man's land. Frustrated Coach Oliver there.
Lean Phillip driving the ball now. Shoots and gets the shooter's touch. Lean Phillip with 2. Lancers up 30-26 as Boney goes the other way and is pushed on the play by Alex Campbell.
Good push, a gentleman's push.
Lancers foul.
Not sure that Rohan could have caught that and gathered himself to get the bucket, but I like the fact that Campbell, you know, doesn't leave it to chance. Nothing easy. Put him on the line.
No easy buckets for sure, Kim. Lancers up 30-26 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Rohan Boney to the line.
And as he shoots that, I have no idea whatsoever how Leon Phillips is able to make that play. He's going to his left, shoots right. It goes off like a shot put, but somehow he's mastered that thing to just drop.
Boney hits 1 of 2. Ball goes out to Mike Roca.
Enrico Di Loreto and number 21, Khalid Abdel-Gabbar.
Roca at the top. Lazy pass intercepted by Pellick out to Boney. And another interception on the play. Khalid Abdel-Gabbar.
Really love Khalid's maturity with the ball. Tremendous. You'd think he was a 4th, 5th year player at Windsor. I know he's a transfer from the OCAA, and he's a credit to the OCAA that they do have great developmental programs over there, because he comes in here like a 4th year Lancer.
Taylor Black charged with a kickball violation on the play. Therefore, it is Lancers basketball just on their offensive side of half. De Loreto to Roca, back to De Loreto, and here we go. Just under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Ball goes out to Lean Phillip, who drives hard, met by Black,
Great.
and lays it up and in and one. Another late call by the official.
It was, but it was part of the continuation. He was in his dribble. You get 1.5 to the hoop, and he took T. Black to school right there.
Lean Phillip makes the shot and one. This is his free throw attempt, and he hits. Lancers up 33-27 with just under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Nice to see Leon realize he has to have a two-way game, a four-way game. He's got to rebound offensively, defensively. He has to defend, and he has to score. He's got to do it all.
And a ball tipped out of bounds by Prezzuti playing pressure D. Aaron Redpath charges up the floor to Joe Roca, who shoots a 3, and he hits.
And there's no excuse for that. Perhaps coach needs to have a huddle. Sometimes players can't see on the floor how a player is getting open at a certain spot consistently.
Phillip to De Loreto. De Loreto from the land beyond, and he hits. Back-to-back threes between the Marauders and the Lancers. Lancers up 36-30 with just over 2 minutes to play here in the second.
Sometimes that's the only answer.
To Roca. Oh, no good. Rebounded by Bradford Parker to De Loreto. You live and die by the 3 balls, and both teams are living today, Kim.
Not my kind of basketball, so to speak. I prefer the balance, but you do what you have to do.
And a swarm around Joe Roca. That's Lean Phillip in on the play. Roca gets away to Nathan McCarthy, finds Adam Prezzuti, goes up strong to the basket, and is fouled on the play by number 14, Bradford Parker.
Tough call, and I think the ref made the right one at that particular time. Parker tried to get there, but Roca was already on the move. And I want to say a lot about him. Actually, it's Prezzuti. I don't know about you, but they kind of look interchangeable.
They do look very similar, yes.
Wow. It's got to be hard for the defenders, and that may very well be the problem.
And Prezzuti hits the first as both Roca boys are at the top exchanging some words, some pleasantries between the brothers, I'm sure.
Or unpleasantries.
And Prezzuti hits the second.
Would you happen to know which one's older? Because right now,
Joe Roca is older right now.
I would guess that. He's older, he's bigger, he's stronger.
And both somewhat local boys from Sarnia, Ontario, the southwestern region.
Absolutely.
Khalid Abdel-Gabbar.
Can't say enough about Sarnia Northern for their development program at the high school level.
Phillip down low to Bradford Parker. Kicks it out to Josh Collins to Phillip. Phillip working on McCarthy. Turns, tries to hit the fadeaway shot, can't get it to go, and a foul on the play against number 14, Bradford Parker.
Lance's foul on number 14.
Quick call there. I mean, that could have been either way. Number 6 took a swipe at him. Ian Alexander.
On the line to shoot 2.
Seemed to be an over-the-back call.
Number 6, Leon Alexander.
But, that's the advantage of using 10 players. 10 players each have 5 fouls. You spread the risk. But I think that's number 3 for Parker, and that could have very well hurt the Lancer effort.
Leon Alexander hits the first free throw.
But he has really done a job, I have to say, for Eric Parker. He's come in here offensively, defensively, and just provided some excellent minutes, in a cause, so far a leading cause.
Leon Alexander hits the second.
Entering the game for the Lancers, number 8.
A noticeable sighting here at the St. Denis Center. The entire men's baseball team seems to be lined up for something at halftime, but that's halftime.
Was that the men in black? I seen them leave the stands earlier. I thought we were in for something else.
Khalid Abdel-Gabbar now with just over 1 minute to play here in the second quarter to Di Loreto. To Josh Collins. Collins to Kieran Braithwaite, who checked in. Back to Lean Phillip. Ball dribbled off of Leon Alexander's foot. Stays Windsor's way with 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Thank goodness. What I'm noticing right now with a minute left is that neither team, right on cue, have used many of their lineups. Their timeouts, rather. They really trust their preparation for this game. They are letting these teams play.
And a commercial break on CGM 99.1 FM. You're listening to OUA men's basketball action on CGM 99.1.
Good call, man.
CKLW is the home of the #1 morning show in Windsor, Essex. Join Mike Haycock and Lisa Williams for the morning drive for weekdays from 5 till 9 for all the latest news, sports, weather, and traffic.
And we are back here at the St. Denis Center. You're listening to CGM 99.1's coverage of OUA men's basketball action between your Windsor Lancers and the McMaster Marauders. I'm Mike Hugo on play-by-play. He's Kim Elliott doing color. Kim, what have we seen in this game from the Windsor Lancers to show why they're up 36-34?
Belief. I can honestly say that they believe in themselves as a team, and they believe in one another as individual players. I don't see any hesitation in passing to the ball to the open man, and that's commendable.
Ball thrown, intended for Kieran Braithwaite, and a scramble ensues, and Josh Collins ends up with it. Collins with the ball now with just under a minute to play. Phillip to Di Loreto. No good. Off iron, rebounded by Prizzuti. Here comes Leon Alexander the other way. Makes a move and a charging call on Leon Alexander. Kim, do you agree with that one?
I really do. That referee, I wish he had his name, and please forgive us for not having that information, but he's making excellent calls. I believe he's the senior official there. Enrico, though, I mean, he got there.
Yes.
And then had the ability to gather himself and be still. And it was important for the McMaster players to stop and pop. And you do train for that, so he got sucked in. Good call.
Abdel-Gabbar throws a blind pass intended for Collins, taken away by Trevon McNeil.
Those are the kind of things that drive coaches mad.
And McNeil with it now to Leon Alexander. Alexander stops, pops, and he can't drop. Rebounded by Phillip. Mack in a what seems to be like a half-court press here, Kim. Di Loreto to Abdel-Gabbar, intercepted by Prizzuti.
It is. They are pressure in full court. It's a good adjustment. Teams that stay with the same offensive posture and they don't mix it up. Defensive posture.
Ball tipped out of bounds by Alex Campbell with 3 seconds left to go. Windsor up to 36-34. And another timeout on the play. Kim, what's the sense in calling a timeout with 3 seconds left?
It's every sense. Players have to play and teams have to perform according to plan. And the minute that they don't do that, it doesn't matter. If there's 2 seconds left, you have to reel them back in and bring their heads back into the game. And so that's the whole purpose of it. But what I was saying, it's great to see McMaster showing different defensive fronts because teams will adjust to what you do offensively if you just keep showing the same set of defense. So far you've seen that. That's led to a couple turnovers from McMaster, and they're back in this game.
I'd like to remind everybody watching on Go Lancers TV and listening on CGM 99.1, stay tuned for the halftime show. Anchor Kumar and Mike Specht are in studio recapping this first half of terrific basketball play. Also, 8 other games going on in the OUA today. So, seems to be a great halftime show. Remember, only on CGM at 99.1 as we get back to action here at the St. Denis Center. A great crowd at Alumni Day. The spirit is alive. And, Kim, how you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome. I mean, it's a privilege to be here right now. And to see these two, I'd say Final Four teams in the OUA, and I would say both of them will go to the Big 8 too for the CIS. So it's a preview of March Madness.
Aaron Redpath to inbound the ball with 3 seconds to go. Ball goes into Nathan Pellick working on De Loreto. He just heaves it up and scores, and that will end the quarter. We are all tied up at 36. Halftime to go.
36.
Kim, final thoughts before we kick it to Kumar and Specht in the studio.
Believe what you started out with is going to work, and until it fails at the very end, that's all that you got.
About to get underway here for the third quarter of action. We are about to go. That is senior official Chris Delaney handing the ball off to Taylor Black. Here we go. Aaron Redpath on the defensive side of half court, moves past half. Ball goes to number 22, Rohan Boney, to Black. Working on Matthews, and a huge block by Evan Matthews on Taylor Black to start the third quarter. Here comes Josh Collins the other way. Looking for De Loreto. He finds him, brings it back to the top.
Like you said, that was a huge block, but he didn't swat at it. It was just a nice block shot. Textbook.
Abdel-Gabbar shoots and hits. The mid-range two puts the Lancers up by 2 here with just over 9 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Back to Windsor basketball. Offensively and defensively.
Boney to Black. Black drives. Spin move on Evan Matthews and a foul on the play by Evan Matthews. Black will go to the line for 2.
Lancers foul.
Good foul, Evan.
Matthews.
Not on my watch, he says. Big fella. And I'm really hoping that whatever the situation with Junior is resolves itself, but because I think he's, a key factor missing in this game still.
Taylor Black misses the first. And that's one thing. Why would Rotini Osentula Jr. not be playing in this game? Could it be like detrimental to the team, or
100%. If he's not particularly keeping up with his defensive assignments, that's typically where he's lax, then coach cannot tolerate that, because otherwise it'll contaminate the whole team.
Black misses the second. De Loreto drives, loses the handle, picks it back up, and continues to work on Aaron Redpath. He drives, loses the handle again, out of bounds, tipped off of Nathan McCarthy, says Ross Isley.
And that's the old Enrico, though. I mean, he forced that. I don't know if that's the called play, but certainly all he has to do is reverse the ball. Ross
Isley being the baseline official in this case. Josh Collins to De Loreto. Beautiful inbound play results in a 2-point layup for Enrico De Loreto.
Gotta like it. He really knows how to pull himself up by the bootstraps.
Rohan Boney now. Directing traffic, looking for Nathan McCarthy. Can't find him. Finds Joe Roca. Roca dives to the lane and blocked by Lean Phillip, who pushes up to De Loreto. Another layup from Enrico De Loreto on the fast break. And the Lancers up 6, 42-36 with just over 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
And you can see they're disciplined right now, and they're definitely playing as a unit.
Collins giving Redpath all he can handle. Redpath now looking for someone. Finds Taylor Black to Nathan McCarthy. A big move, goes up strong, and is fouled by Evan Matthews on the play.
Again, a good foul, and here comes Junior. You have to spread these fouls out. So, I mean, the coach has made his point. Hopefully Junior has listened up, and he can come in here and help his team out. They really need him today.
Nathan McCarthy will go to the line. Rotini Osentola Jr., as we alluded to, has now checked in for the first time today.
When I mentioned they can win without Leon Phillips, that's considering Junior Osentola's on the floor. You can't have him out of the game, too. It's not going to happen.
McCarthy hits the first. Misses the second, rebounded by Enrico De Loreto, pushed up to Josh Collins. Abdel-Gabbar for 3. No good, rebounded by Phillip. And a travel on the play, says Greg Spagnoli, the new official.
Great call. And everybody else was looking above the rim, or at least above the shoulders, but he clearly traveled. Just got a little over anxious, but I like what he did. He used his body to create space. He could have even been charged with a player control there, but that's what we need from Liam Phillips. Eat the red meat and be mean down in the paint.
Adam Prizzuti working on Collins. Prizzuti to Taylor Black, who drives and throws down the two-handed flush.
I tell you, you'd asked me about him earlier, that matchup, and I wondered, was he all numbers? But clearly he's talent as well.
Collins to Abdel Gabbar to Lean Phillip.
Here's your matchup.
Phillip goes high with the left hand over Taylor Black.
It's ironic because he has the muscle and he plays the finesse game, and Taylor Black has less muscle, but he plays the power game.
Whatever you can do, I can do better, says Lean Phillip. Ball back into Taylor Black now by Abdel Gabbar to Leon Alexander, and Alexander lays it in for two. 44-41 is the score. Lancers up with just under 7 to play. Josh Collins, a nifty move, gets through the lane and goes off glass for 2.
Good for him to see his points in this.
Prizzuti goes end-to-end and a block by Rotini Osentola Jr.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you get my name.
A great way to assert yourself after sitting out a half.
And that's what they need from him.
Nathan McCarthy working on Lean Phillip.
He's got to be careful here. No foul, Liam. We need you in the game.
And Phillip with a block that goes out to Alexander, and Alexander lays it in for 2. Leon Alexander, right place, right time.
Really surprised that Enrico didn't get a piece of him there.
Lean Phillip with the up fake. The long 2, no good. Rebounded by Adam Prizzuti. Moves the other way for the McMaster Marauders.
I've seen Coach Oliver hang his head there. I'm not sure that that's the shot he wants with only 3 seconds gone on the shot clock.
Nathan McCarthy backing in on Lean Phillip. Tries to go for the left-handed layup. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Phillip out to Abdel Gabbar, who's met by a double team. Dribbles through it. Finds Di Loreto. Drives the lane. Looking for the entry pass for Osentola Jr., but a kick ball on the play.
You know, there's a lot of reaching going on from McMaster that they're not getting called for. They're not playing good positional defense there, and the refs are letting it go, and I'm a little surprised at that.
Do you think they're reaching to compensate for their lack of speed against the Windsor Lancers?
100%, but I think the refs should reflect that.
Collins, the open 3, but can't hit. A rare miss on an open 3 for Josh Collins, and a weird play by Alexander, trying to save the ball, throws it off the backboard. It will be Lancers basketball.
It is weird because I actually thought it went off Khalid last there.
Ball goes out to Lean Phillip, who makes a move past McCarthy, then pulls it out to Josh Collins, who is at the top. Looking for Phillip, finds Phillip, but we have a foul on the play on number 25, Adam Prizzuti.
His first personal.
Love Leon Phillip's handle, for 6'8", taking it down the lane, backing it back out, showing good patience, good ball control. Not easy to do for a big fella like that.
And a ball that was inbounded for Alex Campbell was blocked on the play and goes out of bounds. It will again be Lancer basketball. Josh Collins down low to Phillip, who's working on McCarthy. The big man back down, can't get it, gets his own rebound, and hits!
That's all Canadian basketball play right there.
Follows up on the miss and hits 48-43 with just over 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Lancers up. Adam Prizzuti now on the wing, gets by Josh Collins, drives to the lane. As he falls, gets the runner to go. And McMaster answers right back.
Just a great play from this Adam Prizzuti. He's really stepped up to support T. Black and Rocca for McMaster, along with number 13, Nathan McCarthy.
Adam Prizzuti now dribbles into the offensive end. Nathan Pellick jacks up a 3. He can't hit it. Rebound goes out to Joe Roca. To Adam Prizzuti at the top now. Ball goes to Nathan McCarthy.
I thought it came out of there.
To Leon Alexander, who hits the 2. Ball goes out the other way now. Josh Collins with it. To Khalid Abdel Gabbar, back to Josh Collins, and he hits the 2. Adam Prizzuti brings it up over half to Nathan McCarthy. Looking for Alexander, finds Alexander working on Campbell. Shimmy, shakes, dishes it out to Prizzuti for 3. No good, rebounded by Lean Phillip. To Josh Collins.
Good for Liam to pull it back.
Josh Collins makes a great move, and he was mauled on the play. Got to be tough, especially knowing Collins' injury history. Ball cross court from Alexander to Prizzuti, who stepped on the end line, and it will be Lancers basketball.
Entering the game for the Lancers, number 5.
Almost platooning here from both teams. 2 coming in from Mac, 3 coming in from Windsor. And that tells me that the players are leaving nothing on the court, and the coaching staff recognize that and are rewarding them with a brief rest, trusting their bench.
3 minutes and 30 seconds here to play in the third quarter. Lancers up 50-47. You're listening to CJM at 99.1 FM. Alex Campbell stops, pops. He can't drop. Rebound comes out, tipped last by the Windsor Lancers. Looked to be Lean Phillip.
More like a jump ball to me, but the referee there, Spagnoli, rather. A better view than I did.
Trayvon McNeil to Pellick to Alexander. Great ball movement by the McMaster Marauders. Comes out to Aaron Redpath. Down low to Taylor Black, who is stripped. And the ball leaks out to Alex Campbell. Alex Campbell goes up strong, and a fouled on the play by Leon Alexander. He will go to the line for 2.
Wasn't sure that Chris Delaney whistled that down. I couldn't hear it up here, but definitely lots of contact. And just the way that he swiped at the ball. Very undisciplined attempt to block the ball. And 23 pleading there with Delaney tells me his head's not in the game, and I'm surprised his coach is allowing that unless he's a captain.
Yeah, he looks to have a couple choice words for Delaney. And it looks like Delaney's not having too much of it as Alex Campbell hits both free throws. Lancers up 5 with 3 minutes to play.
It usually doesn't bode well with officials, so we'll see if he gets whistled down.
Taylor Black working on Bradford Parker. The left-handed hook can't fall. Rebounded by Bradford Parker. Out to De Loreto. De Loreto looks for Mike Roca. McMaster wanted over and back, doesn't get it. Ball goes out to Bradford Parker, who can't hit the easy layup. Ball leaks out to Trayvon McNeil, to Taylor Black, to Leon Alexander, who finds Redpath cutting to the basket, and a blocking foul and call. 1.
That is a terrible call right there.
Aaron Redpath created the contact with Bradford Parker, got the layup to fall and 1, and the Lancers are in disbelief at the moment, Kim.
And so are the fans. I'm really surprised at Chris Delaney, but it's about elbow angle. He was in line with those 2 players, so it's really hard to see. I think he was out of position. He knew there was contact, and you know what? He's been around a long time. You win some, you lose some.
And definitely a bang-bang play, especially when Bradford Parker really initiated his position. Redpath hits the and 1. Lancers up 2 with 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
There's also that circle, and Parker was down in the attack circle there, and so sometimes they give the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player once you get too low into the bucket.
And a foul on the play on Trayvon McNeil away from the ball.
Foul on number 4, Trayvon McNeil. His first personal, 3rd team foul.
And McMaster has a couple new faces in the lineup, number 4 and number 11. Trayvon and Nathan. At least they haven't seen much of them.
Alex Campbell to Rotini Osuntola Jr. Shoots off balance and can't get it to fall. Ball comes out to Phillip, who muscles off Taylor Black and hit the easy layup. Redpath now with the ball, circling up the floor. Ball tipped away by Phillip. A terrific hustle play by the big man, but it looks like the ball will be going McMaster's way.
Leon Phillips saying, come fly with me. He shook T. Black like a rag doll there, one hand, and didn't even have to elevate to get the bucket. And I think he's leading scorer right about now.
I believe so as well. Leon Phillip having a big day down low. Always a pleasure to watch Leon Phillip and see what he can do. Obviously, he's trying to work more of a guard play into his repertoire. Do you think that'll benefit him? Because I know his plans after the university is trying to go to Europe.
It'll benefit him in terms of the next level as a professional basketball player, whether it goes over Europe or plays here with Windsor Express, but it's also going to benefit his team because it forces the big man to have to defend him away from the basket.
Ball taken away by Matthews, who then runs into Nathan Pellick. And ball will stay with the Marauders. Aaron Redpath with it now, and a foul called by officials Greg Spagnoli.
On number 12,
This will be on number 12, Rotini Osentola Jr.
During the break here, I do want to acknowledge that the Windsor Express are in the house. You got Coach Bill Jones here and Dardis Willis, the president, and you have at least 4 of the Windsor Express here who took over first or maintained first place against London last night. Serious come from behind victory.
Always great to hear that a Windsor team like the Express is doing well. Back to action, Redpath shakes off Collins, but can't get the off-balance 3 to fall. Rebounded by Alex Campbell and handed off to Josh Collins, who works his way over half court, guarded by number 4, Trayvon McNeil. To Osentola Jr., to De Loreto, to Alex Campbell. Up fake, dishes to Collins. Collins with 4 on the clock. Passes to Evan Matthews, who shoots a 3. No good. Rebounded, however, corralled by Osentola Jr., who's met by 3 Marauders,
yes,
and finally fouled.
Absolutely. I don't know what Ross was waiting for, but sometimes you got to be sure that you see what you think you see.
And the foul will be on number 23, Aaron Redpath, who continues to plead his case to any official that wants to hear it or doesn't want to hear it in this case.
I'm sure they don't. He must be doing it in a respectful way, or they would have teed him up by now.
Josh Collins stops, pops, can't drop, ball tipped off of Taylor Black's hands. It will be Lancer basketball.
And good for Josh. I mean, he hasn't scored much, but he has to at least attempt to keep his defender playing honestly.
Josh Collins goes up top to Evan Matthews. The ball gets swatted into the arms of Aaron Redpath. 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Lancers up 54-50. You're listening to CJM 99.1. Redpath shakes by Collins, looks for someone, finds Taylor Black. Black working his way in down low and throws up a shot. Can't get it to fall. Goes out of bounds. It will be McMaster basketball.
Really surprised. I thought he touched that last. But then again, Campbell was there and could have got called for the foul, so I prefer it was out of bounds.
The referees giveth and the referees taketh away. As the McMaster will hold for the last shot. There is Aaron Redpath with 10 seconds to go. The clock ticks down. Here comes Taylor Black. Redpath uses the screen. Jacks up a 3. No good. Gets his own rebound, throws it up, and still no good. We are going to pause for a brief station identification break. You're listening to CJM. Didn't score a point in the third quarter.
And there it is. That's the tail of the tape. That's their Achilles heel. They were getting beat from the outside by Roca, and if they don't plug up that exterior, the holes in the exterior, perimeter shooting, they won't advance.
Ball from Matthews to De Loreto, and a strong move by Enrico Di Loreto. He hits it for 2.
Kudos to the Windsor Lancer basketball team and coaching staff in that third quarter.
Leon Alexander to Taylor Black, working on Phillip. Black shoots a 3, no good, rebounded by Evan Matthews.
He just threw up a hope and a prayer there. You can see that he didn't even shoot to score, just frustrated. Just threw it at the rim, hoping for the best.
Evan Matthews to Osentola. He shoots a 3, and he hits!
And that's the difference. He gathered his feet together. He had the spacing, followed through, he shot to score.
Welcome to the game, big fella. 59-50, the Lancers lead over the McMaster Marauders. Joe Roca jacks up a 3. He can't hit it. Rebounded by Evan Matthews.
Typically, McMaster has more attempts at the basket, and they have a slight advantage percentage-wise from the 2, but from 3, Windsor has the advantage.
Osentola to De Loreto from the land beyond. He is fouled on the play and will go to the line to shoot 3.
McMaster's all but panicking at this point. They probably came in here thinking they're a little better than Windsor. Are they 9 points better, 10 points better? Definitely not, particularly in their house. So you see some panic and some little bit of apathy on the McMaster bench and on the floor.
We talk about the Lancers' house. How important is it for a team to have home court advantage, especially in a game like this?
Well, it's extremely important. I think the Lancers are 10-1 at home. But in a game like this, when you're so closely matched statistically, more volume on Mac's side, a little more precision on Windsor's side from the outside, it's everything. In particular, to have a house, full of fans. That really, really helps.
De Loreto hits 2 of 3 at the line. Ball comes out to Leon Alexander as he pushes the other way. Spin move on Osentola Jr. Can't hit it. Tip back by Taylor Black does not go in, and Collins comes up with the ball to Osatola with the two-handed push. And a timeout on the floor. Rotini Osatola Jr. sat the first half, played a couple minutes in the third quarter, now has come out and has shown why he should have been on the court for those first 2 quarters.
Maybe, perhaps, he is showing that, but he probably would not have done what he just did had he not sat.
That's true.
So that was great discipline by the coaching staff. It's a sacrifice, it's a risk, but it's one that you have to take. And right now, the Lancers have not only sent a message to McMaster that this is our house, but that we're a better team. You beat us earlier, and they're sending messages all the way across to Ottawa, Carleton, Ryerson. Be ready for a different Windsor Lancer team.
Getting ready for playoffs is huge for these Windsor Lancers. Kim, we got about 18 seconds. You being an alumni, is this team equally better or, not as good compared to your team when you played?
That's a tough question. I mean, we had an All-Canadian in Rob Biasuto. He went Division I. We had tremendous athleticism. But right now, the way they play above the rim, I think they're better that way. Talent-wise, ball control, things like that, probably equal. I think the game is elevated, quite frankly. So it is hard to compare across eras, but they're definitely every bit as good and far more athletic and equally coached.
Thank you, Kim. And we are back to action here after the timeout. Leon Alexander pushing up the floor to Joe Roca, who drives to Adam Prizzuti. Makes a nice fake, shoots, can't hit, rebounded by number 13, Nathan McCarthy. Now McCarthy working on De Loreto, and he hits the nice little right-handed Jimmy. Yeah,
nice patient move there for him. And that's what they have to do. They have to grind this out. They can't win it from the outside. They will die by the three-pointer.
Lean Phillip to De Loreto, who finds Josh Collins. Collins now to Matthews, up top to Phillip, who is met with a double team, but he doesn't care. He'll shake it off and hit the easy 2.
You can't stick me. That's the way he has to go. He has got to be ultimately confident. But he's doing it with fundamental soundness.
Prizzuti to Alexander, who's left wide open for the 3, but can't hit nonetheless. Rebounded by De Loreto. Lancers up 65-52 with 7:30 left to play in the game.
And let us note that this game is not out of reach for McMaster. They're still in this game, but they have to grind it out.
Collins now drives to the lane, a wide open lane, but he cannot hit the easy bunny. Rebounded by Phillip, who can't put the ball back. An unfortunate series, however, taken away by Evan Matthews to Osatola Jr.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Flight 12 has landed here at the St. Denis Center. This place is up in arms.
There really is, and no McMaster timeout because they know there's nothing they can do to stop that.
Holy moly.
That's got to be frustrating if you're McMaster, the number 1 team in the OUA West. Not looking that way right now.
Roca tries to answer and a block by Rotini Osatola Jr. What an X factor he has been here in the fourth quarter.
X to some, I've said it from the beginning, not to take any credit. Those who've been around this program long enough know that him coming out of Holy Names, very talented. Evan coming out of Bell River, very talented. They are excellent compliments to what Leon can do up the middle.
Inbounded now, and a miscommunication. Referee Ross Isley does not see what happened. The possession will remain with the McMaster Marauders.
And while that happens, coaches will tell you, the national rankings don't matter. Well, I beg to differ. You're going to see a reshuffle of the national rankings.
I believe Windsor, maybe a flip-flop is in order.
100%. Windsor perhaps going up to 4 or 5.
Aaron Redpath drives to the lane and gets the layup to fall. Great finesse play by Aaron Redpath as Khalid Abdel-Gabbar goes over half to Lean Phillip. So Osatola Jr.
And I say that presuming they'll win today. This game is far from over.
De Loreto looks to be bumped on the play, throws up the shot, can't get it to fall. Leon Alexander comes away with it, who finds Joe Roca, makes a nice move, tries to get by Bradford Parker, but can't. Parker with the rebound, up to De Loreto. De Loreto flips it over to Abdel Gabbar,
Yes.
who gets a lean fill-up. Thought the big guy was going to shoot a three, but he doesn't. Abdel Gabbar does. He can't hit. Rebounded by McCarthy for the Marauders. Ball leaks out to Joe Roca. And a goaltending? Is that what we're going to see here?
Oh, I think it was a foul. I mean, he bodied him, clearly. I mean, everybody's frustrated. But he was fortunate to even get back there. Roca was, all alone, easy too. So I think that's all fans being fans. It's a good call, I believe.
There's a foul on the play on Bradford Parker. Roca went it for a layup. He was bodied on the play by Parker. I thought they might have been calling the smack of the glass for the goaltend.
And they could have, clearly. I didn't hear it from here, but it seemed like the ball was still on an upward travel. I'm not really certain.
Roca hits the first. Lancers up 67-55 with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in regulation. You're listening to CJM 99.1 FM. Stay tuned for the post-game show with anchor Kumar and Mike Specht on CJM 99.1.
Eric, sorry, I'm not interrupting you there.
As Roca hit the first two, no problem, Kim. You can interrupt me anytime.
No, sir. I just wanted to say it's really unfortunate and rather tragic that Eric Parker fouled out at that point, but his service today has been invaluable.
As De Loreto hits a long two.
Some things you just can't put in the stat sheet, and his impact on this game, I tell you, has made the world of a difference.
You definitely have those hustle players that you look for. As Roca tries to fight through De Loreto, they now exchange words, but ball goes out to Redpath nonetheless, who hits a three.
Still a dangerous MAC team. You're probably some of the best basketball maybe yet to come, as hard as that is to believe.
Mac picking up the urgency. De Loreto flies past Nathan Pellick, gets the layup to fall and one.
And Enrico says, I will not be denied.
Enrico De Loreto, I alluded to it earlier in the broadcast, that driving ability is just so key, especially at the guard position, and he embodies that. He embraces that and plays much like Rohan Boney in a big, as a big man, as opposed to a guard.
He really does. He's probably the same height, but he's much thicker, and his will is tremendous. He does have not only the eye of the tiger, he has the heart of a lion.
Josh,
and he's been playing here the Christmas tournament from way back when, so he knows this house long before becoming a Lancer, and he's fierce.
Redpath steps back, no good. De Loreto with the rebound. Josh Collins to Abdel Gabbar, the alley-oop. No! This place almost went up. An errant alley-oop pass from Abdel Gabbar to Evan Matthews. So close, I was about to lose my lid.
Oliver not happy, and rightfully so. They had 2-on-1, and they didn't get the basket at the end of the day. A little bit too much showmanship with only 13 points and 5 minutes to go, practically.
Would you say the alley-oop in that case is not something that you want to look for?
You want to look for it, but the defender was there, and Khalid had a clear lane to the basket.
As Roca hits it too.
I think it's better to take the ball to the basket and let Evan clean it up.
Abdel Gabbar working on Joe Roca to Josh Collins. Down low to Lean Phillip, who's working on number 10, Taylor Black. Phillip misses the layup. Ball squeaks out the other way to Redpath, who goes down, intended for Taylor Black, picked off by Abdel Gabbar.
I really love how unselfish Josh Collins is being with Khalid. I mean, he rewarded him for that defensive play. A lot of point guards, they would have got it and said, no, my time, but all due respect to Josh Collins.
De Loreto driving through the lane. Looked to be contacted on the play. No call. Ball will stay with the Windsor Lancers.
He's been bailed out a couple times there. Like, as you say, when he makes up his mind, it's a great weapon to have. But there he might have forced it a bit, and a couple times he's done that and got bailed out. And so maybe as a fifth-year senior, the referees are saying, hey, man, we tested you, we tried you.
We'll give you your props,
We'll give you your props.
72-61 here in the fourth quarter. Stay tuned on CJM 99.1 with anchor Kumar and Mike Specht, who will be throwing up a post-game show. And if you're interested in this game, if you are getting really excited, if you want to talk about the Lancers, always feel free to call into the post-game show, 519-971-3630 if you're in Windsor. If you're in Detroit, if you're listening over cjm.ca, 1-855-344-2526. That is 1-855-DIG-CJM. Truly a wonderful game that has unfolded here at the St. Denis Center. I'm Mike Hugo on play-by-play, joined by Lancer alumni and my color commentator, Kim Elliott. Kim, overall, we have a couple minutes left in the game, about 3 minutes, 30 seconds to play. What has been the true X factor from both teams in this game?
I think it came down to tenacity. As I said before, they were both prepared. Lots of talent. Windsor has a talent edge. Mac has an execution edge. They have first place. They're the incumbent. But Windsor's tenacity is the difference right now.
And I mean, Mac has won 13 straight games leading up to this point,
including one against Windsor. But this is a different Windsor team. They're much healthier. The bench has gotten that much more experienced. The coaching is that much more confident in their players as a whole. And that man right there, Leon Phillips, has made it up his mind that now it's my turn to shine, not only OUA but in the country.
Leon Phillips hits the reverse layup. Ball goes up to Trayvon McNeil, who's working down to Aaron Redpath. Redpath hits the three. Lancers up 10, 74-64 with 3 minutes to play here in regulation. And look for Mac to pick up the intensity.
I'm impressed that they're back in a one-on-one, like man-to-man defense. They can't sit back in a zone. They realize that now.
De Loreto.
So it's mano-a-mano.
Steps back. He can't hit. Rebounded by Redpath, and the Marauders move the other way. And a foul on the play, a reach-in on Josh Collins.
Lancers foul on number...
I want to say poor decision, but again, fifth-year player, knowing Josh, I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. It just comes down to that.
Yeah, and when you have the experience, you know the situation and what you have to do. I obviously don't think it's a lack of conditioning on his part.
Not at all.
Just maybe thinking that he wanted to take something the other way and create a scoring opportunity for his team. Redpath drives to the lane. The beautiful reverse layup, and the Marauders are only down 8 now.
That's junior Austin Tolo. Put him on the bench. There's no reason with his athleticism that guy wasn't bumped and bruised getting to the basket. And Coach Oliver is going to get him out of the game.
Josh Collins. Intended for De Loreto, stolen by Pellick to Rohan Boney. To Trayvon McNeil for three.
Please note, it's only an 8-point lead at this point, no longer double figures. Very dangerous MAC team here. Ball
tipped out of bounds by Enrico De Loreto. It will be MAC possession in Lancers defensive territory.
What a lot of teams do here after having a big cushion is they get paralyzed. Windsor has to continue to attack the basket. Play hard-nosed defense and attack the basket on offense, using some of the shot clock, mind you.
Taylor Black to Trayvon McNeil to Nathan Pellick, who collected some air miles on the play.
Off purple. Good call.
And it will be off Rohan Boney on the play.
Melt the clock here. Use your 24 seconds.
Just under 2 minutes to play here in the regulation. At the St. Denis Center, the Lancers leading 74-66 over the first place McMaster Marauders. Ball to De Loreto, who drives and gets the layup to fall again.
He's got the wishbone going for him. I think he even lost control of that ball, quite frankly.
Well, sometimes it's lucky to be good and good to be lucky.
You said it. And I think that's one of those times, clearly. He was ready to complain, actually, to the officials because he thought that he got fouled and the foul resulted in him missing the bucket. But as it turned out, it went in. And believe it or not, that was a huge basket.
Oh, for sure. Takes this lead now to double digits with just under 2 minutes to play. Now is when you can get opportunities to milk the clock, use the shot clock to your advantage here.
100%. And the thing about it is you can use it both ways. A lot of people think you just melt the clock when you have possession. You have to make the other team, too, use that 24-second clock. So now you have a 48-second window.
So coming out of the timeout, what do you think the McMaster coach is telling his players? Down 10.
He's saying to them, don't panic, because hero mentality sets in. I'm the one. I'm going to hit that 5-point play. No. We have a game plan, whatever it is. Whoever's designed to get the ball, trust the process.
And just a reminder to all listening on CJM 99.1 FM, if you have any thoughts about the game, Yeah, you hear, you like what you see, like what you hear. 519-971-3630. Call the post-game show. Anchor Kumar and Mike Speck standing by after the game. Or 1-855-344-2526. That's 1-855-344-VIGS. CJM, call with any comments if you like the broadcast, if you like the game. Now, ball comes out to Aaron Redpath. Redpath working on Abdel Gabbar. Goes behind his back. Loses the handle, finds it. Tipped out of bounds by Rotini Osuntola Jr.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Only 10 seconds left. That's perfect. They've melted off 14 seconds. Even if they score, that's one less possession they're going to have.
Redpath looking for someone to inbound the ball to. Finds Joe Roca. Roca goes up strong to the basket and is fouled on the play by Khalid Abdel Gabbar.
Good foul. I'm really surprised to see Junior back on the bench, and that's great. It's not alchemy, but great touch from the coach. I'm going to give you a quick sit to tell you, hey, you let that guy go, but I'm not going to punish you because you've come in here and you've given us a lift in terms of Junior Osentolo. So great to see him back in the game.
And Roca will go to the line for two. Joe Roca, the brother of Mike Roca, the Lancers rookie, both from Sarnia, Ontario. Sarnia St. Chris High School. I was actually got the honor of playing against Mike Roca in high school.
Oh, and I gave him to Northern, so St. Kitts.
St. Chris.
Ah, there you go. Okay, so how was that experience?
Oh, it was nice. It was awesome. You knew just by playing him that he was going to do something big with basketball. You just weren't sure which. Aaron Redpath with a steal by Khalid Abdel Gabbar. And a timeout taken by Coach Oliver, I believe.
Very good timeout at that. Khalid was not so much showboating, but he had two guys on him. Two guys on you, somebody's open. Right away, pass the ball. Not even a thought. Right away.
And I believe trying to sort out some things on the court. I believe it was just a substitution on the play.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought he got picked, too, pretty cleanly. That's right. Get rid of the ball. Don't hold the ball.
Khalid Abdel Gabbar
the clock here.
Moving up over half, met by three Marauders. Cross court to Collins to De Loreto. 1 minute to play here in regulation. Lancers up 76-68. De Loreto working on Boney. Shot clock at 7. Drives to the lane, but can't get that one to go. And the Marauders push up court fast. There's Leon Alexander. Drive to the lane. He gets it to go over Evan Matthews. 44 seconds to go here in regulation. Lancers up 6.
Only 6. 2 possessions. And Enrico there didn't melt the clock enough. And again, he's got 2 players on him.
And a foul on the play. Looks to be on number 22, Rohan Boney.
Risky play. You see Enrico being a bit of a hero there. He had Josh Collins, the point guard, opposite side of the court. But he's feeling the victory. He wants to go to the line and, do a little heroism there. And I question that.
McMaster doing a great job on that play, Kim, to not lead with the hands but use their hips and just kind of walk De Loreto toward the hot zone at half court.
That's right, and they almost got the call there. Watch this, Josh, okay? Heads up, pick the ball up here.
De Loreto to Collins. Collins dribbling through. Finds De Loreto, and a foul now by number 23, Aaron Redpath. A very, very aggressive pass from Collins to De Loreto that was almost picked and taken the other way by Rohan Boney.
Yeah, well, Enrico had the cement boots there. He just reached for it, and he was fortunate the ball got there, but you got to come to the ball, especially in a situation like this where you got McMaster playing frantic, and they really are frantic.
I remind everyone listening on CJM 99.1 that it's a nice big block of Lancer sports today. We have this game up until 4. And then from 4 to 6, we have a nice little music mix. Anchor Kumar will be standing by with updated scores around the OUA. And at 6:30, pregame show starts for the Windsor Lancers men's hockey game against the Toronto Varsity Blues. Puck drop will be at 7:30 with Anchor Kumar and Mike Speck at ringside. Me and Kiefer McDonald in the booth. But until then, the Windsor Lancers are playing the first place OUA West McMaster Marauders. This has just been truly a wonderful game to call, a wonderful game to, be in the atmosphere, the fan base, Kim.
100%. And I want to give hats off to CJAM. for bringing this out to the public that cannot be here, but that need to know what's going on here and deserve to know what's going on here. I'm privileged to be a part of it. Hats off to Anchor for becoming that catalyst within the CGM family to say, hey, we have some programming here. We have a way to enhance our programming here. So great, and it's good to be working with you as well.
Good to be working with you as well, Kim. Just thank you to everybody who has put on the broadcast. Station manager Vern Smith, program director Sarah Morris, Lauren Tyndale with the IT stuff. Ball inbounded into Phillip, who is met by 3 Marauders and mauled on the play. Foul will be on number 6, Leon Alexander.
And I will add to that the collaboration between Mike Speck and Anchor, CJAM and Lance. That working together, we are a team. We can't stay in silos. It's important that we have that cross-communication and that integration of our media on campus, because these sports teams, these athletes, these programs really deserve it. They really, really deserve it. So
Lean Phillip hits the first. Misses the second. Lancers up 7 with just under 30 seconds to play. Leon Alexander drives. He goes. He is fouled on the play. Ball does not drop in the bucket. He will go to the line for 2. Kim, I always like doing this whenever I'm at a basketball game. My favorite play-by-play guy, Chuck Swirsky. Remember Chuck Swirsky?
Heard of him.
For the Raptors? Well, he always used to say it's time to bring out the salami and cheese. The game was over. Do you think the game's over at this point?
No. I like the saying, but there's a lot of basketball team. You only need to advance that ball because of the court. I mean, you get somebody on a fast break, 2 seconds. So you got 23 seconds. There's a lot of basketball left here. And if you watch March Madness, they'll have like 3-4 timeouts.
True.
And a lot of action. So
Leon Alexander hits the 2 free throws. Windsor up 77-72 with 23 seconds left to play in regulation. Truly a game that you do not want to miss if you're a Lancers basketball fan. Lancers break the press. Ball comes out to Evan Matthews, and who is fouled on the play by number 10, Taylor Black.
Right decision there for Evan. He's not the guard, what have you, but anytime you put that ball in the air to a pass, you risk it being intercepted. But the Lancers, they only shoot about 68% from the free throw line, so, it's a good foul.
Evan Matthews misses the first. This is not a time where you'd want to be missing free throws, Kim.
No, and they really have to improve upon this if they're going to advance through the Final Four.
And he hits the second.
And that's a big one. That makes it a 3-possession game now. Sorry, just back to 2. Only 6 points. So a 3 ball here, and it's only 1 possession. A lot of basketball left.
Aaron Redpath.
And there's a 3 ball. It's up.
Jacks up the 3. It hits. That's a clutch 3 from Aaron Redpath.
See what I'm getting at?
Lancers up 3. And a quick foul by Trayvon McNeil of the McMaster Marauders. Good call, Kim.
I've been around this game a long time, Mike. It's far from over. And McMaster knows that Windsor shaky, at the free throw line. They only shoot about 68%. And McMac doesn't shoot that well either. So it's far from over, but he's a good shooter here.
Collins
as an individual.
Rims in and out.
Yeah, got to hit that.
Some Mac fans in attendance.
Got to hit that.
Trying to
this
throw
is a
Collins
game,
off a game.
potential game winner here, but not necessarily so. They need this and then some. There it is.
Collins hits the second.
Yeah.
Lancers up 4 with 11 seconds to play and a timeout on the floor.
That's right.
Just a terrific game.
It is. And then you go back to those plays. Alley-oop, really sensational play. Could have got the bucket. Go to the basket, get the basket, end a foul, or at least a foul.
Or in this case, if you get the foul, now you're 1-and-1 bonus.
Yeah.
So
back
definitely
to basket.
Points that could have been created later in the game, if not at that play.
And those plays should haunt those players. Every time they showboat it, behind the back pass, no look pass, alley-oop, that wasn't necessarily part of the game plan. There are design plays for alley-oops. It's a great play when it's part of the plan. And the other thing is, you asked me, what does Mac do? Not only do they stay with the plan, they went with the right plan, and that is to attack the basket. A lot of inexperienced coaches will try to close the gap by the three-point play. Wrong idea. Drive it right to the basket every time and force the other team to foul you and put you on the line. It puts them in foul trouble. They put you on the line, and it stops the clock. So that's the thing that you do offensively, and Mac has done it textbook.
Lancers up 4 points with 11 seconds to go. It will be McMaster Marauder possession. Mac is the first place team in the OUA West. We're not 6 points behind in the standings, but obviously with the way we've played today, it doesn't seem like we'd be 6 points behind in the standings.
No, you wouldn't think, but we need Laurier to beat them in order for us to tie. And then there's the point spread. They only beat us by 2. We need to beat them by more than 2.
Trayvon McNeil to Alexander. Alexander loses the handle, and a costly turnover by Leon Alexander. Just lost the handle on the basketball, and he is noticeably upset.
And rightfully so. I feel for him. He had to clear out to the left of the basket, and he was concentrating on the launch when he got around the corner. And you got to stay in the moment. And he just got a little ahead of himself.
And it seems like another timeout on the floor. We are going to take it to a commercial break on CJAM 99.1 FM. You're listening to OUA men's basketball between the Windsor Lancers and the McMaster Marauders.
Winter weather is unpredictable. Drive with extra care this winter. It takes longer to stop in winter conditions. Reduce your speed and increase your following distance. Stay alert and stay in control to avoid situations where you may have to brake or maneuver suddenly on wet, snowy, or icy roads. This important message is from Windsor-Essex County Injury Prevention Coalition, reminding everyone to slow down, stay alert, and stay in control.
We are back here on CJAM 99.1 FM. Mike Hugel on play-by-play. Kim Elliott doing color. Kim, 11 seconds to go. Lancers up 4 points and the ball. What do you expect from here on out?
Well, I'm glad we got the ball.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you that way because I know Mac would pound it inside. They'd get the bucket or the foul. We might be looking at a 2-point game. Windsor, give it to somebody's hands and don't even think about passing it.
Right.
Hold the ball.
Just hold the ball.
Even if it's for 5 seconds, and at the very last minute, try to advance it. Preferably off the dribble.
Josh Collins to De Loreto, 5 to go, and a foul by number 10, Taylor Black. Almost expected with less than 10 seconds to go, and the game, like you said, still not out of reach.
Not out of reach by any means, and Mac did it well. They went for the ball because sometimes you can get the flagrant foul, and you don't want that. You'd rather have just the bonus.
De Loreto, big free throws coming up. He hits the first.
You know, he has a steely temperament. He's great presence of mind, great heart, and now experience on top of that. He's really he has matured greatly as a basketball player, and no doubt as an individual, as these programs are designed to do.
De Loreto hits the second. 4 seconds to go. Time winds down. Ball and a kickball violation against the McMaster Marauders. This game is over,
Safe
folks.
to say.
Safe to say, Kev.
Finally.
Bring out the salami and cheese, Mama. This ball game is over.
A little bit of wine wouldn't hurt either.
The Lancers have knocked off the first place McMaster Marauders. What a terrific effort. Kim, final thoughts on the game before we send it back to Mike Specht and Anchor Kumar.
Truly made me proud to be a Lancer. You know, they did everything that they were required to do here today. I think they did it with class, too. They showed respect for McMaster. They showed respect for themselves. They trusted the coach. They trusted one another.